Well, good morning, Bratan, and good morning to you, Prof. Certainly we're seeing activity picking up here at KwaPhindangene homestead as we edge closer to 9 o'clock, where we expect the body of the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi to then be taken to the stadium where that service is going to be held. We're seeing Abo Mama from the Buthelezi clan, and I'm just going to step out of shot, Braden, just to give you a sense of what's happening here. There are quite a number of preparations that are happening here, and we're seeing a lot of movement as far as trying to prepare for the moment that KwaPhindangene is going to be ushered out of this homestead where he lived for so many years. And what you are seeing now on your screen is the house of the late Queen and the mother to Prince Buthelezi, Princess Manqoba Mnchunu. And this is where his body had arrived yesterday, where it was ushered into, where we understand he has spent the night in the company of Abo Mama here. And of course, as you see them sitting there outside, this is because of tradition and culture that dictates that they cannot eat inside the house. As eNCA of this nation, his body is lying there in that particular homestead. And also we understand that there are various cultural and traditional rights that have to be afforded. This morning the family will be taking over that first part of the ceremonies, and they are really saying that they would want to ensure that they give a befitting send-off to KwaPhindangene, being the fact that he was not only the Prime Minister of the Zulu nation, but also the chief of the Buthelezi clan. And so we're seeing those cultural rights and traditions being observed here before they then hand over this cortege or the remains of Umntwana to the SANDF, which will take over the second part of this particular process. But also, we saw a goat being brought here just a short while ago, and that tells you of some of those traditional rights that have to be followed as Umntwana is then being led outside of house. We understand that from here, KwaGogo, his body is then going to be taken to his home, the main house here at KwaPhindangene, and uyolunguza in Zulu, which means that he's going to peep at his house, and then he'll then be moved from there, where then his body will be handed over to the members of the South African National Defence Force. They will then be draping his coffin, and he will be carried through that wagon. But we're also starting to see a lot of the family members that are arriving, the locals from the Buthelezi clan, as well as close family members that are making their way here this morning. But also importantly, the royal household, in which Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi played quite a crucial role as the Prime Minister of the royal household. He was there, serving the royal household. He served 3 of the monarchs of the royal household, including the incumbent Mrs. Zulu, KwaBheka Zulu, who he also played quite a crucial part in the ascension of King Mrs. Zulu. And we've been seeing quite a number of dignitaries coming from the royal household. Earlier this week, we also saw, members of the royal household arriving to offer their words of condolences, being led by senior members of the AmaZulu royal household. The Queen Mother, Mavis Zungu, was among those that were here. But also the opposing factions, as far as the succession battle is concerned, also putting their differences aside and coming to pay their tributes to KwaPhindangene. Yesterday we also saw Umntwana uVanana, who was here, saying that they want to ensure that he's given a befitting send-off as a Prime Minister of the Zulu nation. And this morning I've got Prince Thulani Zulu from eNTembeni, which is the palace of King Pande. Thank you very much for your time. Siyazi mhlonishwa, siyazi mntwana ukuthi kubhlungu lahlekelwe kakhulu uZulu ngokuhamba bukaMntwana. Ikuphi ke manje nizoqinisekisa njoba ezohamba nje utshalwa namhlanje?
Sibonga msakazi. Sizoqinisekisa nje ukuthi sikhona umndeni waseNdlonkulu, ngoba sushilo msakazi sisoka endlini yaseNtembeni. Umntwana nathi fanele sifike sibe khona, sibe ofakazi ukuthi uhamba kahle. Zonke izinto ayisifundisa zona isizwe ukuthi ziyenzeka siqinisekisa lokho ukuthi sibone konke kuhamba kahle njengoba umntwana siyazi ukuthi lapha eNdlunkulu waboyisa ukuthi imvunulo siqhaje ngayo kungathi ngoba nakho likholwa imvunulo songathi uyaxabana nayo nosiko lokho ukufakile umntwana esizweni ilokho ke isizwe esizokwenza namhlanje base sibonile nangale ezantsi stadium afika amabutho umntwana abe umkhuzwa omkhulu njengondunankulu wesizwe samaZulu nathi ke silapha ngoba ke siyazi ukuthi umntwana ubezalwa inkosazana kaMamongo inkosi Demzulu ingakho ke nathi sikhona ke lapha ukuthi umntwana sizomphelezela futhi ngoba naye siyazi umndeneni wonke waseNdlunkulu uma kuhle noma kukubi umntwana ubethumela akhiphe uma kunesifo njengoba kunesifo eNdlunkulu ubekhipha amagoqa inkomo okuphekezela lololungu elisuke elihambile eNdlunkulu isizwe nje silahlekelwe kakhulu ke ngokwedlula komntwana kodwa ke siyabonga ifundiso ayifakile phakathi kwesizwe
siqhameke engeqwantwala isizwe sakwaZulu ngoba phela ube undunankulu futhi waso isizwe sakwaZulu mhlambe ke kuphi ke uZulu akumele akuthathe akufunde kulokhu ke akubekile endleleni yena umntwana kwaPhindangene kumele kufunde izizwe eziswayo
izizwe fanele sifunde nathi siyisizwe nabancane ukuthi indleleni umntwana abeyifundisa iziphi ngoba befundisa ukuthi sifanele sikwazi ukuthi sizenzele isifundiso esakhe esikhulu leso ukuthi ufanele abantu bakwazi ukuzenzela esho nendaba zolimo eqoqumezela siyabona nje lapha ekhaya kwaPhindangene ukuthi kuyalinywa nje kuyatshalwa into bengagcini ngokuthi ayisho umntwana ubeyiphila eyenza siyakubona lokho ivangeli nje belishumayela ezweni lelo isizwe fanele sikuthathe lokho siqhubeke siye phambili ngoba ukudla kuqhamuka enhlabathini yilapho imali ekhona
siyabonga kakhulu Manqoba
siyathokoza
Manqoba. Well, that was Prince Tulani Zulu, who's from the Palace of eNCA. Just also echoing, his, memories of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi and the role that he played here in the Zulu nation. Of course, quite a crucial one in the royal household. And Umntwana Tulani Zulu just highlighting some of, the teachings of Babu Mangosuthu Buthelezi as far as, the tradition. He says that back in the days, he was the one that had, made sure that the traditional attire, the Zulu traditional attire is, popularized among the locals here in the area. But also when it comes to agriculture, he lived and practiced agriculture. He not only preached that they should, people should farm, but also here at the Palace of KwaPhindangene, there is, gardens and, lots and lots of gardens that have been set up here. So he lived and preached what he spoke, and also saying that they've lost significantly as the royal household with Umntwana KwaPhindangene now being gone, because he was a custodian of culture and tradition in essence. So they're here to ensure that he's given a befitting funeral.